Hi, I'm Brett Larkin, and this is my student Elizabeth, and today we're going to do a morning routine for energy and weight loss. We're so excited, so come join us on the mat. So to begin, let's come into a child's pose. So you can take the knees together or a little bit wider apart, whatever is most comfortable for you in the morning. I usually really like to have the knees a little bit wider, like Elizabeth is showing here. And then bring the index fingers to touch. Make a diamond shape with the arms so you can really let the shoulders relax down the back. And just begin to tune into your breath. See if you can make your breath a little bit slower, a little bit more audible. I really like to think about breathing into my low back here. So think of widening your low back with each inhale and exhale. And just do a little bit of a body scan. And keeping the hips heavy and the breath really flowing into the back body. Just walk your hands on over now to the left. So take your right hand on top of the left. So you come into a little side reach in your child's pose. Beautiful. And then keep that right hip anchored down. Maybe think of tipping your right shoulder even more towards the mat. Nice. And then slowly walking this over to the other side. So walking the hands to the right, left hand over right, anchoring down this time through that left hip, sending the breath into the side body, rotating the left shoulder down towards the mat, just a touch. Beautiful. Our side body gets really tight overnight. So I love working these side stretches in the morning. Walk it back to the center of the mat. And on your next in-breath, just come on up to all fours. We'll flow through some cat-cow. So Elizabeth's going to take her wrist directly under her shoulders. Inhale, broaden across the chest, spread the collarbones wide. Keep the chin dipped, nice. And then exhale, navel to sky, tailbone towards the space between your heels. Dome the back body, chin into chest. Beautiful. And then flowing through this on your own breath. See how she's really slow. She's rippling through the movements. There's no rushing here. Good. So inhale to open the chest. Palms spread wide, knuckles pressed down. As you dome, think of pressing the shins into the mat. And just flowing through these movements on your own. Good, really think navel to sky as you come into that Halloween cat shape, and then micro bending the elbows like she's doing, opening the heart as you come into that cow pose. Gorgeous. Nice. After your next cow pose, opening the chest here, curl the toes under, press back into a downward facing dog, but keep the knees really deeply bent. So this should feel like a lot of work in the upper body. Triceps are spinning in, but knees stay deeply, deeply bent. So this is less about a hamstring stretch. We're waking up the spine right here. 2 deep breaths. And now slowly straighten one leg and then the other. So some people call this walking your dog, just kind of pedaling through the legs. Elizabeth's really like feeling through the balls of her feet. Making sure to press the hands firmly into the mat, really anchoring through that index finger, knuckle, and thumb. Good. Just notice what's going on in your hamstrings this morning, in your hips. Beautiful. And because we're focused a little more on energy and weight loss in this routine, from here, I'm going to ask you to find your exhalation, and on your next inhale, rock forward to a plank pose, but nice and slow, rippling through the body. And like Elizabeth, you may have to adjust your feet as you rock forward to plank. Exhale, let's take it back to downward facing dog. Good. From here, inhale, come forward into plank, nice and slow. Exhale from deep underneath your belly button, pull back up to the sky, downward facing dog. 2 more. So we're warming up the shoulders and the core here. Your in-breath takes you forward, shoulders over wrists. Your out-breath, imagine that belt buckle area pulling back towards where a chandelier would be in the ceiling. Let's do 1 more just for good measure. Nice. And breathing out, coming back to dog. Let's take it back to child's pose for a little rest. Really nice work, everybody. Come into child's pose, deepen your breathing again. Infiltrate your lumbar spine, this area of the low back, with your breathing. Think of expanding your back body like it was a balloon you wanted to burst with your breath. From here, inhale, ripple back up into your all fours position. Broaden across the chest, find that cow pose. And on your out breath, press back, downward facing dog. You can pedal through the legs again, keep them bent or straight. And now really slowly walk towards the top of the mat. So feet will come to between the hands, but take as many little steps as you need to get there. Feet hip width apart and parallel. Hold opposite elbows and just dangle. Really draw the chin into the chest. Nice. You can allow the upper body to sway a little bit, side to side. Maybe make some figure 8s with the elbows. Good. And then inhale, take the hands to the hips, come up halfway. Take a breath in and out and a flat back. And then on your next inhale, come all the way up. Beautiful. Nice slow movements. Inhale, reach the arms down, around and up. Breathe in. Interlace the fingers and make a little steeple grip so your pointer finger points up. And let's just take some big circles on the ceiling. So you can lean over to the left or right, doesn't matter. Kind of dome forward. And then all the way up and around. I love this stretch in the morning because it feels so good on my side body. Nice. So you can allow yourself to gently round as you come forward. And it's like you're really reaching. Imagine your fingers were a paintbrush. You're trying to paint this big circle on the ceiling. Awesome. And then at this point, come up. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees as you fold, gorgeous. Inhale, flat back. This is really tricky. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Chin stays dipped in, back of neck long. Exhale, step back to that plank pose that we found earlier. We'll hold plank for 2 breaths. So think of that area of your belt buckle moving towards your chin. Everything is hugging up and in, heels press away. 1 more long breath here, you got it, nice. Now drop the knees to the floor. We're gonna do a modified Chaturanga. So again, think belt buckle to chin. So you're almost gonna come into a little pelvic tuck here. Draw your heels towards your seat, nice. And then lower down with control, elbows graze the body. For a nice, slow, modified Chaturanga. Chaturanga modified is very challenging. And then from here, oh, you can come all the way down to the floor. Sorry. Yeah, and then little baby Cobra. So fingertips under shoulders, lift the heart. So she's not pressing into the floor. Test, now take your hands off the mat. She's using her low back strength to be here, which is what I want for you too. And now exhale back to child's pose. 2 breaths. Just rest. So this modified Chaturanga I love for so many of my students because if we do full Chaturanga, often the belly just hits the ground. We're not really getting that core work, that shoulder strengthening that we truly want. So this is a great little option for those of you focused on, maybe weight loss or building up to a more vigorous Ashtanga-based yoga practice. All right, beautiful. Inhale, come forward, find that cow pose, opening across the chest. Exhale back, downward facing dog. These are your movements now, so pedaling through the legs. And then slow walk forward towards the top of the mat. Nice. This time we'll dangle here, but interlace the hands behind the nape of the neck. traction in the head and the neck. A lot of times our neck gets some kinks overnight from sleeping a little weird. So once again, you can kind of dangle, sway a little bit side to side, chin into chest. Think of the head being heavy like a bowling ball. Gorgeous. And then release the hands. We'll come up in that same mindful way. So inhale takes you up to a flat back, so your spine's parallel to the ceiling, hands to hips. Exhale here. And now inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhaling fully. Gorgeous. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find that steeple grip again. Interlace the fingers. And whatever way you went last time, go the opposite way. So for you, Elizabeth, it'll be over to the left, making those same really feel-good circles. So allow yourself to round, like make that Halloween cat shape, see as she's coming forward. Then huge side body stretch. 2 more big circles on your own. Gorgeous breathing. I love hearing the breath. And then at this top one, just reach up, get longer. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold, swan dive forward. Gorgeous. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward, press the hands into the shins. Exhale, step back to plank. And now it's your choice. So Elizabeth's going to do whatever feels right for her, either dropping the knees, just like we showed before, or full Chaturanga is in your practice. You can switch to that. Upward facing dog or Cobra. So you can stick with what we did before. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Nice job, yogis. Slow down your breathing in this dog. Really calibrate the breath. You're setting your intention for your whole morning, right? Getting grounded, cultivating stillness and more mindful quality to how you're breathing and showing up. Inhale, take the right leg high to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and rock forward into plank pose, shoulders over wrists. So we'll do this 2 more. This might be challenging for many of you. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, draw it in. Last time. Your inhale, yawn the leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. And this time, plant the foot will come into a low lunge. So the back left knee will come to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. And we're going to do my favorite again. Right hand to the hip or the floor, and the left arm's going to reach up and over for this really luxurious side stretch. I'm a side sleeper, so I need all this in the morning. Nice. 1 more big breath. And then reach both arms up to the sky on your next inhale. Exhale, right hand forward, right hand back, left hand forward. We're going to come into a little twist. So some of you might want to stay right here. This might feel good. Others of you, option to bring the hands to prayer and hook the left elbow to the right knee and take this into a deeper variation. See what feels right for you today. It's always nice to just stay upright. Gorgeous. 1 more big breath. And exhale, hands frame the foot. Whenever your next exhale happens, your choice. You can press back to dog, or you can take it back to all fours. So see what feels right for you. And then from your dog, you can choose to just stay in dog or move into plank and Chaturanga. You could also just choose to take some cat-cows, dropping the knees to the floor. So we're all coming to our practice from different levels of experience, and then each day is a little different. So you might want to change this up if you're practicing this every morning. Let's all meet in downward dog. Slow your breathing down. Take your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, draw it knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. 2 more like that. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale. Exhale, step the foot through. It's okay if you need to lift or carry it, coming into that low lunge, second side. Your in-breath, big sweep. This is like you greeting the day, is big moment here. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then let that left hand kind of trace the side of your body, hand to hip or the floor. Right arm reaches up and over for your super big side stretch. Your next in-breath, reach both arms up. Grow a little taller. Let that length, that extension, take you into the twist as you take the right hand forward and the left arm back. Option 1, stay here. You're really pulling in the navel. Option 2, draw the hands to prayer. And you can take the elbow to the outside of the knee. Totally optional. So again, give yourself permission to play each morning. See what's going to feel right for you. Hug the inner thighs together here. Pull up through the pelvic floor. One more deep breath. Good. And now reach both arms up to the sky. Awesome. Your exhale, hands frame the foot. Your choice, pressing back to downward facing dog, to all fours for cat-cow. Whatever feels right for your body. We'll all meet downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Yawn it. Open, and then exhale, step the foot between the hands. This time we're going to come into a high lunge. So again, if you need to carry the foot, it's perfectly fine. Take the hands to the hips to find your stability, and then slowly come up. High lunge. Nice. Gorgeous. You can keep the hands on the hips, option 1. Option 2, circle the arms down, around, and up towards the sky. And because of our kind of energy weight loss focus today, I'm going to invite you to bend the back knee to 90 degrees. Squeeze the inner thighs together and just feel that little quiver in the thighs. And say, hello, wake up to the body. Good. And then we'll just do 3 little pulses here. So just little micro pulses down for 1, 2, 3, good. Straighten the arms. Exhale, take the hands alongside the hips. Long, long spine, heel to crown of head. Pause here. Good, and then exhale, hands all the way down to the floor. Just press it back to downward facing dog. Good. So getting a little bit more heat going here. Let's come into a plank pose before we take the other side. So rock forward to plank. Nice, and again, like Elizabeth, adjust your feet if you need to so you can really have shoulders over wrists. Hug the belly up and in. Press the heels into an imaginary wall behind you. Firm the inner thighs together. Think belt buckle towards chin. We're going to hold here for 2 more breaths. Amazing. Stay here. Micro bend the knees like you're going to drop them to the floor, but then straighten them. And then micro bend and straighten. So we'll do 3 more little pulses. Micro bend the knees. Everything else stays the same. And straighten. Micro bend and straighten. Gorgeous. Press back to downward facing dog. Really, really nice. All right, let's finish our standing sequence. Left leg up and back. Beautiful. Step the foot between the hands. Okay, if you have to carry it, hands to hips to start. Coming in slowly and mindfully to our high lunge. Beautiful. Option 1, keep the hands on the hips. Option 2, big circle. So make this expansive. You're greeting the day here. Arms down, around, and up. Good. Slow down the breath. And now bend that back knee, the right knee this time, so it almost kisses the floor. Nice squeeze, hug the inner thighs together, feel the quads turn on. And now 3 little pulses here, pulsing down, down, down more, down, nice. And now sweep the arms behind you, hands alongside the hips. So you feel this beautiful line of energy that she has all the way from the heel to the crown of the head. Breathe into that one more time as you bend a little deeper into the front left knee. Gorgeous. And now exhale, hands frame the foot, step back, dog, or plank. Will flow through a vinyasa. If you just want to hold plank, or hold dog rather, you can do whatever you need. Nice. So beautiful. Come on down to a child's pose for a nice, well-deserved rest. Built a bunch of heat. Just let your breath recalibrate. This is a great moment to notice kind of how you feel now as compared to the start of the practice. Nice, and then slowly walk the hands back towards your knees. We're going to come into a seated position and take Janu Shavasana. This is one of my favorite stretches, but especially in the morning. So we'll take the left leg extended long first, the right sole of foot into the inner groin, just facing the top of your mat. That's beautiful. Yeah, let's keep it a closed hip, maybe parallel. Beautiful, Elizabeth. That's nice. Yep. From here, make sure that you're kind of up on your sits bones. So notice if you're in this rounded back position, so if this is you, maybe put a bolster or a blanket underneath your seat so you can really have this nice tall spine, what we call a neutral lumbar spine. And then again, expansive moment here. Greet your day. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Lift the heart. And now exhale, fold over the left leg. Resist the temptation to really reach for the foot. Let the hands fall on either side of the shin. That always helps me. Glide the shoulders down and back. Inhale, think of getting longer, telescoping out of the pelvic bowl. And then just exhale, fold forward. So I find this one also feels really nice on my low back in the morning. And one more big breath. Again, really sending the breath into the low back. And because we're also focused on energy today, we're going to take this into a fun little back bend. So Elizabeth's going to slowly press herself up, and then she's going to plant her right hand behind her, her right hand behind her, and then lift the hips up and come into this beautiful little, yeah, isn't this fun? Feels good, right? Spiraling the heart towards the ceiling. Awesome job. Nice. And then as you're ready, you can lower the seat down. And then really mindfully extend the right leg forward. Just maybe notice how you feel different on the left and right side. And now we'll take this onto the right. So bend the left knee. Come into that half butterfly shape with the left leg. Get up on your sits bones, kind of like she's doing and showing. Inhale, big expansive breath. Slow, create resistance with the arms as you reach them up. And then exhale, think of getting longer. Telescope the spine out of the pelvis. And then resist the urge to grab the right foot. Just let the hands fall alongside the shin wherever they need to. Your in-breath is an opportunity to get longer each time you breathe in. Your out-breath, you pull the navel back and in. Let the whole body relax. 2 more breaths here. Slowly walking yourself back up. Elizabeth will plant her left hand behind her this time. This is their little kickstand anchor as she lifts the hips up. Big circle with that right arm. Nice. You can think of pressing your palm into a friend's hand. Really shoot the heart up. One more huge breath. Nice. And then exhale, take it back down as you're ready. Seat to floor. Use your core as you do that. Nice. And then both legs out in front of you. Big breath. And for our weight loss focus, we'll just end with a little bit of a core strengthener before we come down to rest. So take both soles of the feet to the floor. Hold behind your thighs. And this is going to be a great position for so many of you. So lift the chest. Imagine a string between your collarbones towards the ceiling. Lean the upper body back. So you're going to feel the core muscles turn on. As you do this, press through your big toes. So press a lot through your big toes. And the closer you take your heels to your groin, it's going to make this harder. So you figure out where that great place is for you. You could experiment with lengthening one arm and then the other, or you can keep holding behind the knees, kind of behind the thighs. It's up to you. Nice. I usually feel the core turn on a lot just in this position, especially once I really focus on pressing down through those big toes and down through the feet. Yeah. Last breath. Good. And right from here, roll down to your Shavasana. So slow and controlled, just like Elizabeth is showing. Really, really gradual movements to turn on the core. She's rolling down one vertebra at a time. She's going to extend the legs and come into Shavasana. We'll be here for about 1.5 minutes together to close the practice. Allow the jaw, the tongue, and the whole body to soften and relax. Feel yourself really fully held by the floor. And maybe cultivating a sense of gratitude here for making it to your mat, for making yoga a part of your morning. And just soak in the benefits of your practice. I invite you to stay here in this Shavasana for as long as you have this morning. If you only have 30 minutes to practice and you have to move on, begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Slowly draw one knee into the chest and then the other. Give yourself a little squeeze. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Nice. And then take a roll over to your right side. You can use your right arm as a pillow. Yep, left hand presses into the earth. Just a breath here. And then slowly pressing yourself up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. And just taking a moment once you get there. Palms face up on the lap in Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumb touch. And just notice how you feel. Set an intention for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you here on the mat again very soon. From my heart to yours, namaste.
If you really want to nerd out on yoga, did you know that I have an online yoga teacher training? Yes, you can complete your 200-hour certification, or if you are already a yoga teacher, your 300/500 advanced yoga certification, 100% online. Watch this video next for more details on how it works, and download the brochure on my website. From my heart to yours, namaste.